Hello. Let's tip that down a little bit. Hello, and welcome back to this, the friest of days. Um, I still have bananas, so we're using bananas today. Um, we're forcing through more bananas because I don't know what else to do with them, and they're getting to the point where they're even too ripe for me. And I like a really overripe banana. Um, and they're pushing the limits, so we're going to use them up. Well, I say that. We're going to use up these 4 bananas for sure. There are a couple other bananas that we are probably not going to use. Well, but I guess we're going to use that one because it just tore itself loose. So I guess 5 bananas. They're so ripe that they're just disintegrating. So we have to use them. We have to use them. That's the level of banana we're at. I have a couple other things I got to use up. Let's slide over to the thing. There's the banana that just tore its top off, so we have to use that one. I've got a wrinkly pepper. We're going to use a wrinkly pepper. I've got another wrinkly pepper. So we're going to use up this wrinkly pepper. we've got things to use up, mostly vegetables. I'm going to assemble everything up there. Ooh. This ginger might be a little over the hill. We'll cut into it and see what it looks like. I do have a fresher one in the event that it is a fail. We're going to need 1 onion for our sauce and then 1 onion for our dish, because these are pretty small onions. This banana has volunteered itself a little awkwardly. This one has also volunteered itself. They're so ripe that they're breaking. This one might actually be mushy, so let's do that one. Mushy is fine because we're going to cook these. Not like rotten mushy, but like super soft, too soft to eat. It's perfectly fine for what I'm doing with them because we're just there we go, 4. Because they're going to get cooked. So they don't need any integrity. They don't need any structure to them. We're going to mash them regardless. So the softer they are, the more mashable they'll be. We're going to need some soy sauce, some allspice. I have a powdered one here. Do I have any whole allspice left? I do. Oh, quite a bit. With the whole allspice, it'll be fresher. It'll taste nicer. Some nutmeg, some clove. Ground clove. We might use ground clove just because I never use it. It would be nice to put then we don't need the allspice. Or we don't need the powdered allspice. We're using whole allspice. All right, I'm kind of hybridizing a couple of recipes here, and I'm not really following any of them. We need chili peppers. So we're kind of going to wing this. We're sort of following the guideline of a Filipino spaghetti, except I'm making my own banana sauce from scratch instead of using banana ketchup, which we've done in the past. I still actually have a little bit of banana ketchup in here. That's old. We need pork stock. Tomato. We're not using tomato, we're using bananas. Bell pepper, garlic. The little garlic house is got a garlic in it. onion, hot dogs, spaghetti, cooking oil, and for the sauce, we're roughly following a banana ketchup, but then I'm turning it directly into a sauce instead of going through that in-between phase. And I guess I'm just gonna kind of wing it. That also wants onion, garlic, pepper. There's the ginger, turmeric. I have turmeric. Turmeric's good for color. Allspice bananas, vinegar, honey, rum. I picked up a tiny little bottle of rum. Tomato, soy sauce, salt, water. Tomato paste. I don't really want to make it red, so I think we're just going to skip the tomato paste and try to build flavor in different ways. Honey. My honey is pretty badly crystallized. Don't know that we're going to be able to use that. I'll have to take it some time and loosen up all my honeys. We have cane syrup that we can use instead. It won't give us the same flavor, but it'll give us that sweetness we're looking for. Yeah, okay. Then I guess I'm just going to starting. And spaghetti. I need spaghetti. That's over here. And I've got some meats. We won't get to the meats. Actually, we don't need to get the spaghetti until we've got the sauce on the go either. So I should start. I don't need that immediately, but I do want this one. I should start by getting all of my ingredients ready. Hi, Mags. Welcome, welcome. We are concocting. We are concocting today. This scares you. Why would this scare you? It's just banana sauce. We're making banana sauce with these bananas that are so ripe. Oh, they do have some gross spots on the inside. They're so ripe that they're developing gross spots on the inside. Let's just cut away that bruise. Yeah, for spaghetti. What's the problem? I don't follow. Okay. Ooh. I think each one of these might have that same spot in that same spot, which is the spot that they've been sitting on themselves this whole time. And I know it's not bad, but you know, it doesn't look great. Bookwoman, hi, hi, welcome, welcome. Prince. Oh my. Oh my. That one's in really good shape, except for one little spot on this side. Oop, this one's got a really big bad spot on it. Okay. We might actually pull out one additional banana to make up for the bits that that I have had to throw away. Wow. I had a banana this morning for breakfast, and it wasn't as brown as any of these guys. So I guess we are at the absolute limit of what bananas can handle. Banandle. Selena! Hi. Welcome. You are, once again, officially first. Banana. Yeah, banana. Don't you start on banana. Let me start on banana. I don't know why you people have a problem with the concept of banana spaghetti. See, this one looks great. See, that one looks perfect. That's a perfect banana right there. Okay, we're gonna squish these bananas. Just keep a stack of bowls handy. We're gonna be using them. I should also do the garlic right away because I'm probably gonna need the garlic before the bananas. So let's divert. We did banana pizza. We did Swedish something for one day. I had a theme day. We've also done Filipino spaghetti before, which is banana ketchup based, which is where I'm getting my idea from. We haven't pulled this completely out of the blue. I just have so many bananas. We got to do something with them, and they're sweet. So many bananas. I'll be keeping an eye out for more bananas, because honestly, the amount of fun I've gotten out of all these bananas for the $1 I paid for them has been great. Plus, I've gotten to eat a bunch of bananas. Okay, 4 cloves of garlic. We're gonna crush it all together, but we're gonna divide it when we actually use it. I'm not adding peanuts, which the Swedes also put on their pizza, this time. Although, now that I say that, peanuts might be a thing. I mean, they literally are a thing. Peanuts exist. But peanuts on spaghetti. Ooh, no, I gotta cut that in half. It's too tall for the little crusher. Come back to me, knife. Where did I set you? Here. Don't cut things like I just did with your hand in the blade. That's a terrible idea. Oh boy, earlier in the day, I almost canceled. I was just exhausted. So exhausted that I took a nap, and then I felt exhausted afterwards. And then I remembered what I always say when I get here, when I'm tired, and then I do this anyways, is that this always energizes me. It makes me feel better. And I remembered. And then I went ahead and just prepped myself up, and here we are. Okay, half that, we're crushed it all together because it all needs to be crushed, but we're going to use half that for the sauce and then half that for the actual assembly of the spaghetti, which is also kind of a sauce, but you'll see when we get there. You're exhausted too. We can be exhausted together. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches. No, Elvis made a sandwich. It was, oh God, there was bacon in his sandwich somewhere. I know. It's famous for how ridiculous it is. Let's see. Crusher. Let's throw in a smallish pepper. A couple of allspice berries. Where's my shaver thing? Okay, that guy has to get broken up a little bit. And we're going to throw in a pinch of salt as an abrasive because the pepper is a little bit leathery. And we're going to need salt anyway, so. Okay. Spicy allspice, to which I'm adding some clove, some turmeric, some nutmeg. Oop, and this is still slightly damp. Fried peanut butter and banana. Yes, that was it. Fried in bacon drippings. And then this is handy because we're also going to, and I'm going to we're going to cut into this and see how it looks on the inside, because it's a little bit gnarly on the outside, but sometimes your ginger is perfectly fine under the skin. Tell you what, the skin is very loose and papery on this one. It looks fine. The color is fine on the inside, so I think we're just going to get the skin off of it and call it good. The skin is especially papery. I've talked in the past how I don't care about the skins, but if they're really papery, get the papery parts off. I should probably get a cutting board out, you know? I should probably get a cutting board out and make some room here. I've already consumed all of my space with just stuff. Oh, so how's everyone doing, aside from Mags, who we know is exhausted? Okay, let's get this ginger grated up. It's a little dried out, I will say that. Okay. Oh. So, if you'll recall, on Monday, I mentioned that my car had misfired a bit over the weekend and that I was trying to find time to take it into the shop. Well, on Tuesday, it sure did start misfiring all of the time in a major, like, couldn't even drive it scenario. So that wasn't good. I managed to limp it to the shop on Tuesday, and they, in their generosity, said, okay, well, there's a small gap in the schedule tomorrow, Wednesday, at 11 o'clock. We'll squeeze it in if we can, take a look at it, and they never called me. They never called me. But I guess they found it in, because in the afternoon I called them to see if they had managed to sneak it in, what the problem was. And they said, we're done. It's ready to go. And most of what they did was under warranty. And they waived the labor. So I had to pay for one small part. And I got my car back in a day. It was fantastic service. So it cost me about $50 from going, my car's not running at all, limping to the shop, and the next day I gave him $50 and I was good to go. So there, you know, sometimes it works out, I guess. All that stuff. Oh, well, hopefully you get as good a service as I got. Car problems are always, yeah, exactly. Car problems are always very, oh God, what is it now? And much like medical care, you can't like just not, because it'll cost way more, and you also need the car. Sizan, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the moisten. I will be with you in un momento. Mmm, moist. What spices are we looking at? We are looking at, in here, I currently have, I've ground up one of these. We still don't know what kind of peppers they are. They couldn't tell me when I bought them. There's some kind of hot pepper. Allspice, nutmeg, turmeric, and clove. Oh, it didn't? Well, you're right. It didn't for me either. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I wonder why. Garlic, ginger, salt. I want this one to be like very finely minced. So we're going to take a very sharp knife here and give it a real small chop. The other one's going to be chunky. I still don't see it on my side. But thank you. Twitch do be twitchy sometimes, as we like to say. Okay, I need to get a pan out to cook these guys up. We're gonna use this one. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. I want olive in this. I don't. Yeah, let's go with olive. I think the flavor will be fine. feel like I need a bigger sharp knife. For this part. Oh. These nuts. There, I got it. I got you. I got you, fam. Okay, our minced up onion is going in there. Isosceles. I'm sorry, you're not first. As loudly as you want to declare it, you missed it. You missed it today. Selena's got it. Hi, Isosceles. Hi, Goldie. We are throwing in this wrinkly jalapeno. Seeds and all. I got to get like a 1 day only badge for people who are first. It's usually either Selena or Isosceles. Often an hour into the show, one of them will come in and become first. But yes, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Let's... Okay. Now, those guys can get started over there. We can get to smashing. And we had such a good time doing this with the ricer last time that I'm just going to do it again with the ricer this time. Ooh, spicy. Ooh, and it mashes out the top a little bit too. Oh, and it drips. Ooh, these bananas are about as done as they're gonna done. Whoa. Whoa. That's the sound of a done banana. They go whoa. Okay, that's all of our banana smushed up. It's very mushy. It is very mushy. We needed it to be ready to go for when we add it to our other things. Our pan is going hard over here. So let's get it stirred around. Okay, let's... Oh, Patsy. Patsy is also here. Patsy, you're the same color as somebody else. Hi, Patsy. Throw the ginger in. The ginger will be fine going in a little bit ahead of schedule. You are indeed here too. It's amazing. Sometimes you're just amazed. Okay. 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 That is just about where I want it to be to add the next round of things. And it occurs to me that I should have my liquids ready to go in one go. So, how much vinegar does this one want? Half a cup of vinegar. It's a lot of vinegar, but I think it probably wants a lot of vinegar. Because otherwise it's going to be a very, very sweet thing. I might undershoot it a little bit. Undershoot it a little bit. Isosceles is adamant on being first, about being first. And you know what? Sometimes being first is what's in your heart. But other times, it's about having clicked the thing the first. And Isosceles didn't do that today, so. Lies. Oop. We're getting toasty over here. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. Reverse, reverse. My onions are slightly burnt. Wow! Oh, those spices just about gassed me there. Whoa. Okay, what goes in now is some rum. Some rum deglazes our pan, followed by our soy and vinegar. Ooh, burnt my hand a little bit. Turns out a boiling cloud of alcohol steam is very hot. We need some that. I don't think bananas have enough yellow in them to stain, but the turmeric that I put in here for sure will. Bananas are yellow on the outside, on the skin, but they're kind of just white on the inside if you are really honest about it. Speaking of which, in goes our banana. Okay, it's got a decent yellowish color to it. Hi, Fairly Critical. We are not in complete wild creativity territory, but I am only kind of glancing at a recipe to keep myself within a something. I have a recipe for banana ketchup. So we're, at this point, approximately making a banana ketchup. Ooh, I gassed myself a little bit. With the spices and the vinegar, and my nose is running now. Ooh. This is going to need to simmer away, though. Yes, that, but I'm not really following a recipe for that, except I do have red hot dogs. So we're kind of making Filipino spaghetti, but we're also just kind of like, I wanted to make this and needed something to do with it rather than just put it in a bottle. So it's got the banana, the spices. I threw in a bunch of extra spices that this does not call for because I thought they sounded nice. Otherwise, yeah, all the things on that recipe are in there. It's gonna want, because the bananas are quite thick, it's going to want to get that sort of mud volcano blorp 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 thing going on. So we're gonna have to either turn it down and let it really just do a simmer, or stir it a lot. We want the flavors to meld, and we want some of the vinegar to boil away. Ooh, we may have gone a little bit too hard on the vinegar. It's slightly tangier than I think I want, but it's banana-y and sweet, and it's got a good amount of spice to it. It feels like it just needs to kind of get to know itself and maybe boil away a little bit of our vinegar. Yeah, I'm pleased, I think. It's not ready for being eaten as is. It's gonna need to be either put on something or prepped into something, which we're going to do. Just like you wouldn't eat ketchup straight, though. It's too tangy. This is probably about as tangy as packaged red tomato ketchup right now. We bring that down a notch by incorporating it into something. Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of banana here on the counter. Let's just get that in there. You're probably supposed to run it through a strainer afterwards to make that really nice, perfectly smooth ketchup. And you're also supposed to add red dye to it to make it look red, which we're just straight up going to not do. I don't mind this sort of yellowish mud color. Tangy, spicy, a little bit of banana flavor. I'm tempted to put another banana in it. But it might just be a squirt of syrup is what it wants. Zizan says, do it. Who might argue? They're in charge here, after all. Banana chunks. I just feel like it's a little bit under bananaed. Ah, shoot. Okay. No more bananas. Ugh. Oh, I dripped some on the floor. We're making banana ketchup. What this is right now is banana ketchup. Approximately. Is that the end of my bananas? No, there's still more bananas. Look, more bananas. I think they multiply when I'm not looking. It's just that we've reached the point where I can't hardly eat them because they're so soft. I have to cook things with them. But no, Ryuya, what we've essentially made here is a rustic banana ketchup. That I intend to... yes, more banana-y. Definitely was a good idea to add that. Because I think I overshot the vinegar. That's why I think... I'm going to add a little bit more of that. A little bit more of that, although that's all I've added of that so far. And a little bit more of our allspice. We're going to use the pre-ground stuff. I could. There are definitely things that could be done. I doubt I'm going to use all of this today either, so we'll once again be putting something away and saving it for later. Okay. This has ground turmeric in it. A lot of the recipes I found had tomatoes in them, which kind of defeats the purpose, I think. If you've got tomatoes, you're probably making tomato ketchup. This one's gone a wee bit brown as it sits here simmering. Oh. Okay. We are going to transfer you to the back and have you simmer there. And the front can be where I start constructing. And the back corner, where no one's looking, over here, can be where the noodles occur. We're just going to get that water started. Or at least filled up. I don't want to get too far ahead and have overcooked noodles. So we'll just put that there so it's ready to go. I'm not planning on using the immersion blender. No, I'm just going to leave it be a little chunky. I think it'll be nice when I put it into the sauce, since I'm specifically using it for a spaghetti sauce. Okay. This pan's getting a little bit of a schleam. So that can keep simmering over there. We're going to slide over here. We're going to reveal red hot dogs. And we're going to start making the rest of this. Without cutting my hand, please. There you go. Put some tough plastic. They put some tough plastic on these red hot dogs. Okay, front burner. Heat is on. Step 1. Red hot dogs. While they are getting started, let's chop up this other onion, because that's going to want to go in there. This is our chunky onion. You guys keep an eye on those hot dogs for me. Back there. Since I can't see them. Gonna need that for the hot dogs. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let's pull up a reference for Filipino spaghetti. We need the remainder of our garlic. Oh, I put all the garlic in there, forgetting that I was going to use a remainder because I was panicking because I started to burn. It's actually a riff on pasta bolognese. I'm riffing off of Filipino spaghetti, which itself is a riff off of spaghetti alla bolognese. We want to get these guys get some color on them. They're going to come out, get stirred back, get mixed back in later. And then we need more garlic because I forgot about the garlic, so we're just going to use all of our remaining garlic. Make this extra garlicky. What the heck? There you go. I've only got the little baby middle garlics. That are the hardest ones to peel. Okay. Some garlic. Let's see how these guys are. Ooh, they are literally jumping. Wow. Ow. Ouch. Okay, that means I need my garlic masher back because I need to pre-mash these garlics as before. Always crush your garlic before you need it to let those flavors develop properly. Those hot dogs are going nuts back there. Ooh-wee. Okay. I guess that means it's time to take them out before they get scorched. Nope, they're already getting a little scorched. That's fine. We want the color on them. That was the whole point of this. We didn't stick as badly as I thought they might. So the red hot dogs like this, I believe are colored red so that they look like beef hot dogs. They are not beef hot dogs. They are chicken hot dogs, actually. And I tried making Filipino spaghetti once with just like a standard American beef hot dog. And it doesn't taste right. It comes out really weird. We need this thing. For once I have a recipe that calls for a specific ingredient by brand name, and wouldn't you know it, I actually have that ingredient by brand name. Let that thing get started in there. Ooh, that wants to stick. It also wants to melt, so it is working. I have a secret ingredient. It's slightly off the camera, so you can't see it. Nope, now it's on the camera, so you can see it. It's Spam! It's reduced sodium Spam. Ooh, this pan is getting hot. I have overcooked my onions again. That's 2 times. That's 2 times. You know, while I was brainstorming today, one of the things I came up with was I've never made a deep dish pizza. So we almost were making a deep dish pizza today, but I couldn't figure out how to incorporate bananas into it. So it got scrapped, but ooh, the steel pan is running a little hotter than the non-sticks usually do. Okay. Main event, some pork. I'm actually not going to use all of it. I think that's a little bit more than I want in that package. I got soap in my measuring cup that I'm going to need again for some water, so. Okay, saute everything. Get your pork all cooked. Let's actually grab a bit of salt. It sticks to my slightly damp hand. Should have done that when I put the onions in. It would have helped them soften up and put some moisture in the bottom of the pan before they got real toasty. So a traditional bolognese is, I believe, ground beef and ground veal. And is a mostly meat sauce that has more of a flavoring of tomato. The tomato element in it is very, very minor compared to a typical, like, red sauce. Oops. Ding. So this is a very meat-forward concoction we're making, except in the Filipinos tradition, it's pork and hot dogs and canned meat product, because they're not growing cattle on those mountainous islands. It's just not feasible. So they're having canned stuff imported, or they're growing hogs. Because you can grow pigs basically anywhere. So we are essentially making a meat sauce here with banana. We're speaking of which, let's make sure that we're not... Oh, we are sticking. Shoot, that is too hot. Oh, that's not good. Hold on. I gotta get that off the heat and I gotta stir it vigorously because we are sticking at the bottom. because we are sticking at the bottom. Hello, hello. Oh, great. Well, the link that you, goodbye. Oh, I forgot where the ban button is. There you are. Goodbye. Okay, we're running a little bit hot and we got a little bit burnt at the bottom. We're scraping it up. I should have been paying closer attention. I knew it was a sugary sauce, so burning was a high risk. I guess we will just have it rest on residual heat back there. Let's give it a taste, see if I ruined it. Ooh, it's very thick and sticky. We're going to take it completely off the heat back there. Oh my god, it's so different. It's very banana-y. It's sweet, it's tangy. The flavors have developed a ton since I just put it back there in the time of making the rest of this stuff. Oh, darn, now I'm really sad that I scorched the bottom a little bit. Because it means there's going to be some weird little scorchy bits every once in a while when you bite into it. Ooh, the flavor is nice. It's very tangy. It's very acidic. Ooh, but the banana flavor has actually come forward a lot. It is much more pronounced. And the turmeric, too. Okay. Let's get our pasta water starting to boil. We need a scooch of water in there. We need boy, I haven't seen a cellar bot in a long time. At least not on my channel. I have seen them in other channels recently, so they might just be on the rise again. Jay! Oh my god, yeah, sorry, Jay. I completely missed you arriving and subscribing because that bot came in right under you and tried to sell me inferior fake views. Jay, hi, welcome, welcome. I was so distracted. I almost banned you. How's it going? What's up? Pull up a chair. We're gonna throw in some bell pepper because I want some bell pepper. Ugh. Going all right. That's good. Good to hear. I'm so tired. I'm less tired now, as usual. I'm glad I persevered and went ahead with twitching. Because as usual, it's energized me. It's perked me up. I feel way better than I did earlier when I was contemplating just being like, no. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit on that because I want to get a good sizzle going. Jay, question for you. What do you do with overripe bananas besides all the things I've already done with overripe bananas? Because we still have them. They haven't gone away. They are a plague upon my house. Let's speed that guy up a little bit. Everyone says put them in the freezer. We've talked about my freezer, right? I don't have a lot of room in there. I'm supposed to be taking things out of the freezer. We're going to have to cook those oxtails real soon. Because they're big and they're in the freezer. If I had room for a chest freezer, I had a place to put a chest freezer, I would already have one. Where'd I put my fish sauce? Guys, where'd I put my fish sauce? Guys, fellas. Behind the screen? No. Where'd I put my fish sauce? It used to be right there. Oh. It was literally right in front of me. I didn't see it. Some fish sauce. Some one of those jars. One of these millions of jars is the jar I'm looking for. I have so many sauces. That's another thing I gotta start downsizing, is just sauces. Issue is none of them ever go bad, because they're all like vinegar and oil based things. Ooh, I can smell that fish sauce right away. I'm gonna throw in some Lao Gan Ma spicy chili crisps. Get them stirred in. They will give us a reddish orangish blush to everything. Maybe not as much as I thought. You still hot? No. Just a little bit of soy. Okay, so what we have is savory, salty, and then sweet and acidic. And we're going to combine these into one flavor that is all four of those things and is going to be perfectly balanced food. That's the plan. I can smell the overcooked Spam in there. That might have been a bad idea. Let's check on my water. It's not quite to a boil. Oh, I should put that extra pork away before it goes weird on me. I'll have to use that tomorrow. Black pepper to taste, of course, as always. Okay, extra ground pork. For something. Don't touch everything with your pork hand. That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. We probably should taste it at some point. Ladle. Oop, that was a bit too much of a splort. Okay, heat down, because we don't want to burn this again. We just want it to combine. Oop, there's a cloud of steam coming out of this, which means it's boiling. So we shall grab our spagoot. And I was just thinking, if there's a huge societal collapse and we start looting, first of all, sounds like a bad time. Second of all, go to the grocery store and load up on dry spaghetti, dry pasta. Never goes bad. I think we could stand another blorp of this. Really get it in there. Okay, it has come out the color of some kind of dog food. Probably why they put red dye in it. Also, it has started to shed oil around the edges at an alarming rate. I might put in something to thicken it. But Jay, if you have room for a chest freezer, get the chest freezer. Or learn to organize your stuff and not have so much frozens that you need a entire chest to hold it. Those are the two pieces of advice. They are complete opposites. So pick one. That's not tapioca. I kind of want to put in a cornstarch slurry just to grab this. There's tapioca. That's the potato. Oh, actually, let's not do that experiment this time. I found some cassava flour on clearance, so I bought it because cassava flour is pricey stuff, and I want to play around with cassava again because I was having a great time. With it. It was a third the price, a third of the normal price. So I went for it and got some cassava flour. So we can play with that eventually. Okay, you get in there. That is our cornstarch slurry, which is going to thicken our stuff and prevent us from having this soupy element that has been developing, hopefully. Or at least knock it down a lot. Okay, that looks better. It still has a little bit, but I don't want to add too much starch to it. So we're just going to say good enough. Have it on really low heat until we need it. Okay. 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 Get the garlicky things soaking and the banana thing soaking so they don't get hardened up on me. Okay. Looking good. I'm gonna hang on to those hot dogs until right at the end. Get them mixed in. Put away this Spam. There. Oh, great. I've got that to use up. Oh my god, I've got so many things. I have been blessed and cursed with such an abundance from the clearance racks lately. Every time I go in there, there's just stuff spilling out. And there now is a whole hot dog soup on my counter because those hot dogs were actively juicing out. Look at my hot dog soup. I've got mushrooms in here. Some of the mushrooms started coming in from our friend over at Fox Familiar Farms, which I was tasked with tending during my car failure. It was really awkward. Okay. Tidied. A little bit dirty over there, but it's at least semi-tidied. Get out a big old plate. Okay. And then, yeah, as soon as the spaghettis are spagootin', they're still a little bit dente, so we're gonna let them ride. I also have the appropriate cheese for this project, but it's not shredded, so it's gonna look really dumb when I put it on top. It's just squares. It's these Kraft squares. We're gonna slap a Kraft square on top of this thing when it's hot, and it's gonna melt and look real dumb. Oh, okay, so y'all know what I'm having for dinner. You've just watched me prepare it. What are you having for dinner? I always love to hear. Well, the oils really want to separate out of this. I might just. Pour off the oil. The oil really wants to separate, even with the starch in there. I might just skim off some of that oil and be done with it. Be gone with it. Container for some skim oil. I can do that later. Especially if it hardens up, then I can do it when it's hardened. Oh, every time I cook, one of my friends comes out and says, "Hi, I'm a fly." Oh. Fly? What are you doing? Okay, well, we are just waiting on the pasta, which was almost there a minute ago. So let's try it again. Still dente, but just barely, which is perfect, I think. Let's serve it out. We're gonna do this over the sink so I don't spill my hot boiling water everywhere. As opposed to the cold boiling water, which is way safer. And actually, we're going to use some of the boiling water to pre-clean a few things. Or at least loosen up some of the stuck-on banana bits that are in here. Okay. That guy, this guy. I did not make a colossal mountain of spaghetti today. I made a reasonable portion. I'm learning. Although it looks not as good for the picture, so. We're gonna mix those hot, we're gonna come back over. I slid you guys over here early, but I'm gonna come back over here. Oh, I just used the spatula. We'll use the spoon. We're going to take the heat off completely. We're gonna mix these hot dogs in. And then we're going to slide back over, and we're going to serve it up without that lake of oil that has formed in the pan there. And then we take one of these pieces of quote-unquote cheese and we plunk it atop. And then we wait for it to get all melty. And that's going to be what our plate looks like once we get down to it. So you're supposed to use a shredded, it actually recommends, the recommended brand is one that I've looked for and cannot find. I don't think you can get it outside of Southeast Asia. But the next recommended brand is just Belvita. And having looked at the ingredients on the one that they recommend, it's basically Velveeta, but a different, a local brand of the same concept of just cheese that's not technically cheese, that you can't legally label as cheese, that's stabilized with gelatins and or what has this one got in it? Phosphates. Ooh, it's getting melty. Yeah, get melty. Get melty and gross. So that's probably more sauce than this amount of pasta needs. Like a bolognese, this is a very dense, heavy sauce. So you don't need a ton. So don't drown your thing. You want to see the spaghetti poking out. And ideally, now this is the more classic service for the kind of thing that I'm emulating. But the traditional bolognese should be stirred. The pasta should be added to the sauce in the pan, stirred through, and then plated. That's the Italian way of saucing a pasta. What do you think? Is it melty enough to take pictures? Or do I wait for that middle part to get real shiny? That's all I'm doing right now is waiting for the heat to deliver. I got a massage. By which I mean a message. It was nothing. I think we're going to swivel it this way and then take pictures. And then I'll be back and we can taste it. We can see what happened because I didn't really do much tasting through the middle of this. Okay. Okay. Bear with me. Those of you who are still with me, thank you. We are on to tasting. I'd like to get a bite with a little bit of everything. Mmm. I would go back and leave the Spam out. I think that was a mistake. Because it kind of is asserting itself through everything else, even though it's been in there since almost the beginning and cooked to heck. It's just a very punchy flavor. Other than that, it's very unctuous. It's very coat your mouth with this. It's a meaty richness. I worry that we lost our banana. Let me taste this stuff straight up. It definitely has a fruitiness to it, but it's not a distinctly banana fruitiness to it. It's just kind of this generalized tropical flavor and a lot of sweetness that I don't think you get from tomato-based versions. Our actual sauce, the ketchup stuff, is very banana, assertively banana. And if you wanted that to come through, I think you'd have to add some of it as like a little dollop. I just think that there's too much savory, and the flavor of banana itself is not strong enough to punch through the savory elements from all the meat that went in there. Oh boy, the banana stuff is a lot spicier on its own too. So I threw Spam in because some of the recipes call for Spam, or they call for canned luncheon meat, which is code for Spam. Some of them called for liver pate. I thought maybe potted meat, one of those little itty bitty cans of potted meat, might be a good thing to throw in. But ultimately, I think I should have trusted my own instincts and gone with fish sauce and oyster sauce, because I think that's what those are trying to emulate, that sort of meaty paste flavor. Mm. Aside from the Spam, it's very good. I like it. It is. It is distinctly different from a bolognese, from an Italian bolognese. But you can tell that the bones of it are still in there. I quite like it. I'm not sure what else I would do with it besides just put it on top of spaghetti. It's not really, doesn't seem like a very versatile sauce. but it is tasty. I wonder if you could make it directly without having to make the banana stuff and then add it to the meat. I wonder if you could just concoct it directly. If I find more bananas, we'll do that. Well, I'm not going to have more bananas in the house for a year if the fruit flies do this again. Oh, it's spicy. It really actually needs the cheese to mellow things out a little bit, because it's definitely got this. Look at this. Brazen little bugger. He derailed my train of thought. You derailed my train of thought. We should probably wrap up so I can swat this thing before it gets in any of my food. So yeah, I am pleased. It needs the cheese. It probably could stand more cheese. I think the shredded cheese would have been better because then I could really sort of sprinkle it through. And if I make it again, I would leave the Spam out. But otherwise, I think it is a good concoction. And the banana part was not that tough to make. It's a good way to use up overripe bananas other than making banana bread. Literally everyone said, "Ooh, we should make banana bread." Every single person I mentioned to said, "Oh, make banana bread." Anyways, let's bring it to a close with that. I think we have a successful dish. I'd like to eat it while it's still hot, and I'd like to also chase down this fly that has arrived right at the end before it gets into anything. So yeah, pretty good. We used up 6 bananas. Good headway on the bananas. I suppose the next thing we're going to have to do is something with plums, because there are still some plums. Of course. So yeah, I plan to be back as usual, bright and late Monday evening. And until then, I'll rage out. I should use the plum for something that's actually like normal with plums, like pie or a tart. I actually have a tart pan. We could do a proper tart with the little ring that comes off. Yeah, thanks y'all for showing up. Let's pick a raid target. Drop you guys off somewhere. There's a bunch of food things coming up. Let's see who's on my follows. There's actually quite a few people on right now. What do you think? Where should we go? I'm going to say let's go bug Jim. Let's go bug Jim. Jim and I have some coinciding interests. He likes Legos. I like Legos. He doesn't like soup. I do like soup. Let's go say hi to Jim. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Bearing with my nonsense as usual. Thanks to Jay, and which one of you Prime subbed? Ryuya. You know, that never showed up in my activity, my events list. Interesting. Anyways, thanks for the resubs. Appreciated as always. We had a ton of subs on Monday for my anniversary. So yeah, plan to be back on Monday. I probably should make some kind of a pie. But we'll see when we get there. I never really know what I'm going to do until I get there. I'm super glad I didn't call it off today. I'm feeling perky and energized as usual. Streaming with you guys just chases the tireds away. It's great. There's the countdown. So I will see you next time.